That was interesting. I don't think I've ever slid backwards down that waterfall before. If it counts as a waterfall whenever it's part of a sewer, I think it still does. I love the sewers, by the way. These sewers, like... maybe they are sewers, and sewers are really nasty, and they have rats and stuff in them, and poop and garbage and all that stuff. But this looks like a really clean sewer. Just look at this water, it's really nice. Like, I would... assuming that the water is as clean as it looks, I would, like, bathe here. I would shower under that sewage waterfall, it would be great. And the fog kind of helps. Makes it look like a nice, warm shower. Even though I kind of get the impression that this place is cold instead of warm. Maybe it's the colors, I don't know. But it's interesting whenever you can look at a game and then kind of get a feel for what temperature it is. Not that you can really tell, but I just get the feeling that it's really cold here. Hello. Another case of why can't this music just be the music, and not this enemy battle music, which is barely music, it's just do, 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 do. And it's the same music every time. It'd be interesting if in, like, Zelda U, I think it would be cool if the music for the enemies changed depending on what the music actually playing was. Kind of like how in Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, all those rare games, the music changes whenever you're under the water, or whenever you're just in different parts of the map. How nice would it be to have a variation of this music playing, maybe with a drum in the back, whenever you're fighting enemies. Okay, let's see. Oh, I have to go back and get the flames from earlier. Wolf Link is really slow right now. I mean, it's because I'm carrying something, but I can't press A to go faster like I normally would, even though it would make sense to be able to do that. Alright. Just because if I press A, then it'll throw it. I'll throw the stick. And then I will go fetch the stick. Go fetch! It's funny because I'm a wolf. Okay, I guess I have to... Maybe this game isn't like Ocarina, where you can... Like, every time you light a torch, then the timer for the torch on the stick disappearing resets. I think you actually have to go back through the flame again. Okay, more rupees that I can't carry. But we have more matters to attend to that are more important. I think I can just dig here, fall through the floor, yeah, just climb through the concrete, and then end up here somehow. I mean, I guess that kind of looks like a hole that I could have fallen through, except how would I... It's like... That's like an inverse mound. That's not a hole for a wolf to fit through. I don't know. Never mind. And hey, does this look familiar? This is where we were at the very beginning of the game, whenever we first turned into a wolf. This is the big place that we had to escape. And Midna helped us escape. And now, we have to go through the same section, helping Midna this time, to show what we have learned. And also, conveniently, the ropes have changed. If they hadn't changed, we would be doomed. I don't know who went down here and decided to put the bungee cords in a different place, but hey, it's useful for us, so can't complain. Oh, that color of the sky out that window. It is so... That's the perfect rainy, overcast color. I like rain. Doesn't really look much like Twilight, though. Although I guess it's not. Let's just moonwalk across this rope again. Just, playing Hero of Time Moonwalker, the game. gonna ignore you. I know you're upset that I'm a wolf, and that's your only reason for being mad at me, but we can settle our differences later. The next time I go through this place, which will be never. And you're gonna swing your thing and barely miss me. And you're going to successfully hit me, but I'm not gonna care too much. I know, it's times like this when my commentary totally dies because I'm just soaking in the atmosphere. It also doesn't help that I'm tired, but... Oh hey, the door's open, I didn't notice. Again, it's a good thing that the door is conveniently open this time, or else this section would be impossible. Which you could say is either convenient game design, or you could say it's the stars aligning for our heroes. It is fate that this is how it goes down. Yeah, and here's the wavy bridges that I like. I didn't have to go this way, but it's just kind of... I got a perk! Nah, I don't need to say it that time. That's not a completely useless rupee. It's actually cool to get that. And it was in a box. It wasn't just, like, out in the open. Well, it was out in the open, but it was in a little hidden passageway on the side. So no need to make fun of it. But yeah, these bridges are cool. I like them. And alley-oop. More enemies interrupting the music. Could you stop that? Take your band elsewhere, giant birds. Where did Zelda go? And it just fell off. She looks so pathetic in these moments. It's character building. I mean, we've seen her so confident and arrogant all this time, and now we're seeing her in such a weak state. Just the contrast is bizarre. And also quite literal. We get to see her as contrasted to her original colors as possible. Oh, and now she's concerned with us. All this time she was concerned with her own world, her own kingdom. And now she's concerned with helping us. What binds him is a different magic than what transformed him when he first passed the cave of... not the cave, the curtain of Twilight. I cannot read, I'm sorry. It is an evil power. An evil power that prevents me from reading. Our world is one of balance. Just as there is light to drive away darkness, so too is there benevolence to banish evil. Head for the sacred grove that lies deep within the lands, guarded by the spirit Farron. There you will find the blade of evil's bane that was crafted by the wisdom of the ancient sages, the Master Sword. Yes, the very same. The Master Sword is a sacred blade that evil can never touch. Well, it can, it's just, if evil touches it, then it'll hurt really bad. Link, hero sent by the goddesses. Yep, there we go. Revealing what we already know from every other Zelda game. I think Link has courage, she has wisdom, Ganon has power. It'd be kind of interesting if that ever changed. Like if Link had power, or Ganondorf had courage or wisdom. Right, so the Mirror of Twilight. The music paused for that. I assumed that was supposed to be a really important statement, but I wasn't paying much attention. But yeah, the Mirror of Twilight exists. I keep mixing up words in my brain. I keep talking too fast. Because I think in my head I was thinking Mirror of Power, because I was thinking of the Triforce. These dark times are the result of our deeds, yet it is you who have reaped the penalty. Not repeated the penalty. Accept this now, Midna. I pass it to you. But what is she passing down? What she is passing down is herself. This is a bizarre scene. I don't really know what to make of it. No, Link, stop her! I don't feel like it. And she fades away. Just like that rock in the Kakariko Cemetery. And just like the light spirit from before. Everything in this game just, it doesn't explode, it fades away. We go back, Link. Back to Faron Woods. So determined now. You've gotten your color back, so you're right back in action. Zelda, I've taken all that you wanted to, that you had to give, though I did not want it. Yeah, it really is strange. Like, Zelda just kind of gives her soul away, I guess? And now Midna has it? Or maybe it's just her spirit, like her spiritedness, I don't know. So this is probably important. There's a barrier over the castle. It's not really explained what this barrier is. Midna's angry at it, so I would assume that means it's Zant's doing. Like, Zant has covered the area with a barrier, and it's kind of, like, it's uncertain to me whether the barrier is a Twilight one, or whether it's just, like, a really powerful wall. Like, I don't know if everything within the barrier has turned to Twilight, or if it's just a wall. But we're going to be seeing it from every part of the map now. Everywhere we go in the game, we're going to be seeing this giant diamond. And, yeah, I guess I can warp to Faron Woods now. So that's convenient. Which one is it? I think it's this warp. But someone was saying online somewhere, I think during a stream, how they did not understand what the purpose of that barrier showing up when it does is. I think, like, the logic behind it is probably that Zant put the barrier there, and the only thing that was keeping him from having the barrier there was Zelda's power. And because Zelda gave her power to Midna, then the castle is no longer protected. Like, that's just my understanding of it based on my total guesswork. But it makes enough sense in my mind. Also, here are things. Looking at their faces, like, I was trying to get a good look at their faces, but those faces remind me of something. I just don't know what. What do they remind me of? Oh, hey, we got to hear the talking monkey again. Curious George. Except this is a girl monkey, I assume, because of the little flower. Indicates clearly this must be a female monkey. So, you can be Curious Georgina, I guess. That sure is a pretty forest. You know, the one I found over there on the other side of the cliff. If you're going, please be careful. You smell, it's so familiar. Like a green-clad prince who helped me out once. How flattering. Goodness. A green-clad prince. Alright, I don't really know if I want to do the Sacred Grove yet. It's another one of those things where it's probably more confusing than it has any right to be, and it's actually pretty straightforward what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to go. But I haven't figured it out yet, really. Like, I want to say the trick to it is always following the light at the end of the caves, and that's how you always know where to go. But I'm not totally set on that. And also I'm getting kind of hungry, so that's another reason that I want to stop recording before I get there. But we'll worry about that later. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. This game does have a lot of waiting in it, but not nearly to the same extent as Ocarina of Time. You don't have to wait for enemies to attack you. At least not nearly as often. Okay, let's do some howling. Not really what I meant to do. I meant to listen. How do I listen? There we go. Just had to press B. Okay, Prelude of Light. Sweet. Didn't do that as well as I was hoping, but I guess it still works just fine. Yeah, I didn't mean to just totally flatline that, that howl there. All of a sudden, Link's voice has died. Boo! Let's do it again! I guess it does play twice in the actual song. Do-do, do-do-do-do, ba-na-na-na-na-na. Let's get every artistic angle with these wolf scenes as we can. Spins around. Let teachings of old pass to you. I read that at first as, let teaching of old pass you. Like, oh, those old teachings, forget them. They're not useful. Just let them pass you by. Alright, so we got 2 of the same wolf in different locations now. That's nice. This is the Clone Wars, except without the wars. And also, possibly without the clones. Now, that's kind of a dumb name. Like, Star Wars The Clone Wars. Why would you have the main title and the subtitle share the same last word? I don't know. I mean, it's not that dumb. It's just kind of, I don't know. Oh, hey, and there's another Howling Stone, which has a Triforce on it, which means it will be Zelda's Lullaby. But we'll do that next time. So thank you all very much for watching. Another however many videos this is, probably like 4 or 5 of Twilight Princess. And I will see you next time.